Hey everybody, this episode of Dr. Drew After Dark is brought to you by Care Of. And before we get to the show, I want to remind you once again, go to merchmethod.com/TomSegura to get the new Dr. Drew After Dark t-shirts. We appreciate it very much. We love the support. It is MERCH, merchmethod.com/TomSegura to get those t-shirts. Now on with the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. I am so excited. Welcome to Dr. Drew. Just do it again.
No, this is perfect, Drew. Just keep it going.
All right, keep going. Here we go.
Perfect.
Welcome to Dr. After Dark. I'm very excited to be here because I've got the Kreischers, Bert and LeeAnn Kreischer. This is a dream come true, everybody. I've been trying to orchestrate this one for a while, at least the gentleman whose voices you hear in the back have been, and we appreciate you guys being here.
I'm really glad. I hope I still have a marriage when I leave.
And before the...
I know everything I've said behind her back in this studio, and she is about to hear all of it.
What makes you think she didn't listen to the last time you were on?
LeeAnn does not listen to anything I do.
She and I talked about some stuff, but anyway, you haven't heard what she said.
I listened to the fucking podcast. Of course I did. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. Let me tell you about the time I fell off an aircraft carrier.
Yes, before the mic.
LeeAnn goes, he didn't fall off an aircraft carrier.
I think it was more voluntary than I fell
all
off.
I said was...
Why don't you just let me tell my stories this way? Let me tell you something. I was bit by a bat one time, Drew.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it, LeeAnn.
Allegedly.
I definitely was bit by a fucking bat.
It was at knee height.
Was it like a Gilligan's Island episode where you have like two teeth marks? Like it must be a vampire bat.
It was on his calf. And I was like, bats don't hang out like in the bush.
They do.
No, they don't.
You should get online more often.
Why did you figure it was a bat?
Because it looked like a bat bite. It was a 3-pronged attack. It was 2 in the bottom, and I got diagnosed by a waitress in Costa Rica.
Oh well, that must be.
She was like, "What's on your leg?" I said, "I don't know." She goes, "You got bit by a bat." I was like,
"Was it in Costa Rica? You got bit?"
Yeah, it was in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
they hang
possible.
out. Thank you, Drew.
It's possible.
The sick ones, the ones with rabies, hang out in bushes, and I brushed up against a bush, and a bat bit me, and so I texted Stanhope, and he was like, "Keep drinking, you'll be fine." Oh. Then I find out that if you don't get rabies shots,
why Stanhope and not me?
It seemed like an easier go-to at the time.
Okay. Sometimes he doesn't want to be calmed down.
Not that I don't call Stanhope when I'm in a crisis, because I do.
Well, he'd just come back from Costa Rica, so I figured he probably got bit by a bat too.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah,
I like how your head works.
And so then if you don't get rabies shots within the 4 days,
you might not. Don't even bother.
Don't even bother because you're just gonna die.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a slow, painful death that starts in your lower back, ends up in your shoulders.
Yeah, hurts.
Think of every time I went to bed going, it's the rabies kicking in. The rabies.
Well, I know we established last time you were on this show. You are not a somatic person. You're not a worrier. No, not you're not obsessing about anything.
I'm not. I don't know what somatic means.
Worrying about your body and your health.
I worry about. I worry about it. I just don't do anything about it.
I'm just saying that's somatizing. Like everything gets expressed through your body and worrying about your body. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Aircraft carriers.
I fell off an aircraft carrier.
It's like 12 stories high.
Yeah.
14 stories high.
No, it was a little lower than that. What happened was we were doing the Flutog for Red Bull, and so
where you jump on it and fly off.
You fly on a plane. You're on a plane, so.
Well, it was a man-made. You made the plane.
I didn't make the plane.
Did you make the aircraft carrier too? Is that where we're going to? The aircraft carriers made out of balloons?
We're in Camden. There's about I'm in a ballpark. There's 150,000 people are there for the event. And there's
you have to bring it now. You have to bring it.
But there's a ton of people. There's a ton of people that are going to be it. But what happens is there's a hurricane coming up the coast. Oh. And so they decide to call the event. Right. They're like, you know what? It's too dangerous. Right. The winds are bad. It's like really dangerous. The chief of police for Camden comes up on the aircraft carrier. I'm up there because I'm working with Red Bull. And he goes, I'm bad at accents. I'm going to try to do a Boston, a Camden accent. He's like, let me tell you something. I got 150 people that want to see a fucking show. You don't put on a show, I got a fucking riot, and I got to deal with that shit. Someone's going off this fucking aircraft carrier. And everyone looks at me like, you're up, asshole.
It's time.
And so I got on the thing. I went. I landed. I cracked my ribs.
Oh.
Yeah, I cracked my ribs.
Wait, so did you go off the edge of the aircraft carrier?
I almost got decapitated by the plane. You can find the footage.
Can we work on that very quickly,
type
gentlemen?
In Bert, Wings of Glory. Wings of Glory, Flutog.
When was this?
I don't know.
It was
right after season 1 of Bert the Conqueror. That's my dance routine.
It was probably 2010.
I think the best of Bert Kreischer probably, and just towards the end.
Here we go. We're gonna look at it. What is that?
This is the show. Mistress produced it.
Oh,
but yeah, it was.
I didn't know about
it.
It
was hosted
by Bert Kreischer.
It was a good paycheck.
I bet.
More guys covering their balding spots with goggles when we come back.
You look so young there.
I know. Oh, just go to the very end, and you'll see me on the aircraft carrier go off. Yeah, towards the end. Keep going. Okay.
Is that okay,
go back. Yeah, this is. You'll keep going backwards. There you go. Yeah, start right there. Okay.
Oh.
And then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Flutog. You actually did the whole.
Yeah. And so. Cracked my ribs.
You hit the Flutog plane or something? You banged up against it?
I don't know what I landed on, but I landed on something on my ribs, cracked my ribs. The plane went right over my head. It was just super sketchy. Yeah. No fucking thought. Almost got swept under the boat. And then I fly home the next day. My ribs are hurting. I wake up. I'm shitting blood. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. That's what I said. So I confide in my wife. Did you have a
colonoscopy?
I confide in my wife.
You did not have a colonoscopy?
I confide in my wife.
I hope she called an ambulance.
She took me to the hospital.
Yes.
Asian doctor comes in, fingers my asshole.
Why is Asian important? Is it something
small hands? And so, trust me, if Shaquille O'Neal walked in, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to start with a second opinion. I'm not putting that 12-inch finger in my asshole.
So bad.
And you remember he put his finger in my ass and he goes, are you on Travel Channel?
He did.
I said, yeah. And he goes, are you Bert the Conqueror? And I said, yeah. And he pulls his finger out and he goes, looks like you got conquered tonight. And then he was like, hey, your blood pressure's high. Stop drinking.
Was Ken Jeong the doctor? Was Dr. Ken
could have been
before he left the profession?
But my blood pressure was high. And he goes, and he said, are you drinking Red Bull? I said, yeah, like a case a day. And he was like, okay, stop right now. And so I stopped drinking Red Bull. And I didn't get on blood pressure medicine, but
wait.
That was my whole Red Bull
What
story.
about the rectal bleeding?
He said I ruptured a
hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid, yeah.
So had you had a? Didn't we talk about you getting colonoscopies?
Yeah, we did, but I didn't.
No, he hasn't.
Will you look into that? How hard is that going to be to get him to get a colonoscopy?
Pretty bad.
Why?
Because it's invasive, probably.
Yeah, but he sits and worries about everything. He'll be asleep. Doesn't bother him.
I don't know. You know, with medical stuff. He's
but he obsesses about it, and then he won't do it.
Well, when we first started dating, he didn't have a doctor. He'd never been to a doctor. So
never been to a doctor?
Not really. I mean, never's a big word. Yeah. He hadn't been to a doctor in recent years.
Not as an adult, not since his pediatrician.
I hadn't seen anyone other than Dr. Sokol. Shout out to Dr. Sokol, my pediatrician.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, well, you need to just get like a checkup. So why don't you go to my doctor? And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to give her a call. And I'm just going to let her know
what's coming.
What's coming. I was like, he obsesses about his health. Yeah. He'll call you and think he called her one time. He thought he had testicular cancer. And she was like,
come on. She's like, come on in. Let me look at it.
No.
She actually diagnosed it over the phone. She goes, you don't.
Because she knows him so well.
Is it rubbery?
Yeah. She goes,
that's a vein. That's a vein.
I said, I found a lump.
Spermatocele.
She goes, you're fine. And I said, no, I did. She goes, no, you're fine. I said, no,
do you know why you're fine? Because if it doesn't feel like a rock or a pebble, it's nothing.
Yeah. And she goes, how big is it? And I said, well, I can't find it now. And she goes, okay, you're fine. You're fine. She's like, go to, we were leaving for Hawaii that next day. She goes, go to Hawaii.
I like it.
And trust me, you're fine.
I like her already.
Yeah. She's great.
Yeah. So, okay. So is mom function not just something you have to deliver for your kids? You have to.
Oh, I thought you were saying, how does my mom function?
No.
That's a whole nother.
My mom is a fucking nightmare.
Oh.
I had a rash on my cheek.
This is part of the problem. This is part of the problem.
So moms are supposed to soothe you and calm you down and help you regulate your emotions. What happens with your mom?
I can't talk about it.
I don't want to put LeeAnn in a position where she's going to get.
I had a rash on my cheek. And my dad goes, what the fuck's going on with your cheek? Because my dad will start it off and like stoke the fire. He'll start the fire. And then I'll start blowing on it because I'll be like, well, what is on my cheek? And then my mom just comes and puts gasoline on it and just goes,
it's cancer.
She goes, no, honey, you have herpes. I go, what? She goes, you have herpes. We all have herpes. And I went, wait, hold on. wait, who the fuck has herpes? And she goes, so it's on your face. You have herpes on your face. I go, I don't have fucking herpes on my face. And then my daughters think it's hysterical. Dad's got herpes. Dad's got herpes. All night at the fucking dinner, everyone's saying, Dad's got herpes.
No, but she says it like this. Oh, honey, you have herpes. Like that.
Is his mom got any kind of medical background or anything?
No. My mom, God's been trying to kill my mom for years.
So she's been in the system.
And he can't get her.
Yeah,
she is the most unfazed human being by anything. She took care of our kids one time and tripped and fell, which she falls a lot. And she got a black eye. Her black eye, Drew, was there for 8 months.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
8 fucking.
It was a bad
and
one.
she just didn't. Whatever.
Did she ever get it checked?
No, it's my
Yeah,
medication.
she
It's
did.
my medication. It's my medication. You know, what are you going to do? And my parents don't have the kind of relationship where you could rule that out when you see a woman, my mom with a black eye.
Yeah.
Like my parents at dinner are like, God damn it, if I want the fucking bacon, Maggie, I'll have the bacon. and my mom's sitting there with a black eye. He's going to have the bacon. I don't care. What am I going to do? We all have herpes.
So let's take it. Let's go back. Let's dial things back to the start of your relationship. Let's do that.
Oh.
Man, that's an evil laugh. That's good. So I was really impressed with some of those stories
Oh, yeah?
that LeeAnn told me about your origins together.
Yeah.
One of them was about what a bro misogynist you were.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know,
Were?
I'm going to give him a chance.
I don't know if
I'm going to give him a
we've,
chance.
some lady asked me in an interview the other day, I can't really get a read on your politics. And I was like, I don't think it matters. She goes, are you a misogynist? And I was like, I don't think so. She goes, well, your wife and daughters seem to think you are. And I was like, who listens to women? Oh. And she didn't get the joke. So yeah. No, but I think can I tell you what? This is gonna fuck me up. LeeAnn is definitely pointing out, like, I can't stand in my own kitchen without everyone go, oh, look at the patriarchy standing.
I mean, you have 3 women in your house.
I have 3 women, and I stand
Yeah.
with my hands on my hips.
And you're a white male,
I am
privileged.
the fucking enemy.
But it's not just that. He stands like this, right? And he goes, are you going to stir that? You stirring that? You need me to help you stir that? Why don't I stir that for you?
Right.
I'll stir that.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm free. It's pasta sauce. I got it.
Right. And these incapable, passive women that are so.
I am.
Are you going to turn that on? You're going to turn it? I'll just turn it on. I'll turn it
I think to know both LeeAnn and your kids, they're closer to wildlings than they are to passive, needing young women. You know, they remind with the Game of Thrones. I mean, I bet they shoot a bow and arrow well.
One of the hardest LeeAnn.
Georgia actually really does.
That's what I'm talking
she
about.
Does.
See?
She practices all the
So
time.
why you would think they need is just because you feel diminished by them?
No, I don't. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Like, I am a
I know
feminist.
why.
I am a
why.
hardcore feminist.
So why did your soon?
Go ahead, LeeAnn. I
Why
don't
did
know
your
what-
girlfriend leave you then?
Which one?
This one I'm looking at. Right
Oh,
here.
I was definitely a misogynist then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that might have been
Okay.
misogyny.
Yeah,
Really
listen.
hardcore.
I look. I believe sometimes I was cheated on by a girl, and so I just was,
You were
I
angry.
just didn't trust women, and I was like, that's a fucking bad area. Even when I was dating LeeAnn, I was like, we're just friends, we're just hanging out.
Yeah,
I don't want to put labels on it.
she told me.
Because I was like, I know, I listened, because if I get too close, I'm gonna get hurt, and then and that was the whole thing.
It's a common thing for guys. It's a common thing, and,
It's
and
like-
women do it too. Everyone does
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
And so, but you got a little bit. I mean, some men get angry with women when they get hurt.
Yeah,
That was you.
And by the way, rightfully so. And some women get angry at men when they get
Yeah,
hurt.
correct.
And some men get angry at men when they get hurt
Yes,
if they're gay.
yes,
and
correct.
so and that was me. And I was just like, I don't trust women.
So you were at a table with a group of her friends.
Fuck.
It's okay.
This is old Bert. Yes.
Yes, this is,
And what was the point that you were trying to make that
I'm talking about this.
that was so important to you that you had to stand down your new girlfriend and her 5 friends? 5? Were there 5 friends?
I think it was about,
yeah,
five,
about 6
five,
of you. Yeah. I just have a whole.
I can't even defend this. I don't like. Even if I tried to defend it in my brain the way I thought about it that night.
Yes,
it
you
still
tried to
just
put
sounds
yourself
horrible.
in that place. Yes.
First of all, I was drunk.
Okay.
So and
Not an excuse.
and it's definitely an excuse.
Not an excuse.
No, not really. No.
And I was. They were trying. They were. I don't even want to do this. This is horrible. not going to be good for me.
Were they ganging up on you?
Yeah, a little bit. Ganging up on me.
They were ganging up with you.
Were they right to do so?
Yes.
No.
Well, of course they were.
Yeah.
The whole thing that started was some guy at LeeAnn's acting class one time had lifted up her skirt, and they were like, that guy is a rapist, and I was like, hold on, he's just an asshole. And they were like, no, that's rape.
And by the way, it's interesting to me. What year was that approximately?
This is fucking 99.
Think about we're still having this conversation.
Still having this conversation.
So crazy. Go ahead.
Still having this conversation.
Yeah.
And
as a country, I mean, nationally,
they were angry that I didn't immediately defend LeeAnn in that situation, and I took the guy's side, and which is problematic.
And to be fair, to be fair to you, no. To be fair, I think. Just think about it this way. Let me paint it with some good news.
Okay.
I think the current discussion today on these issues, even you in that mindset would have known the difference now. If you were, even if you as Bert then were today at that table, you would get what's really going on.
Yeah.
And back then, when you were,
this is 20 years ago. Probably.
You were at Florida State or whatever. It's like you weren't even on your radar.
And
it should have been, but it wasn't.
Wasn't on my radar at all.
Right. So I'm going to defend you a little bit. A little bit.
But may I defend myself?
Please.
I would never have would never have married him if I really thought he believed what he was saying. I really wouldn't.
Well, nobody crying, drinking Slim Fast in the shower would believe such a thing.
Wow, that's a leap.
That's not that.
I mean, like after that evening, he brought flowers to all of my friends with written apologies.
Wow.
And then made me a mixtape.
Wow.
All the music that reminded him of me. And when I finally showed up at his house, he was in the shower, drinking Slim Fast and crying. So I knew that he really loved me. You're such a sweet guy.
It's so good. You sealed the deal right there. Bert, you sealed it. You sealed the deal. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
You can fly a Flugtag off an aircraft carrier,
sweating
and you're the
profusely.
same guy who cries in the shower drinking Slim Fast. But
I know his friends, our mutual friends kept going, you may need to save him. Like, this is pretty bad.
Full respect. I like the apology to everybody. Good form. Good form.
I've learned from my mistakes.
Yes, I'm very proud of you, man.
Unlike a celebrity who just makes a statement apology, I cried in the shower drinking Slim Fast, learning by myself.
You lived it. You lived it.
Yeah, and so that's... Next question.
Listen, but it led to you guys having this great life together.
Yeah.
So it was a crucial moment, and good for you adjusting course.
And
by the way, I would argue, again, I'm coming to your aid on a little bit of this stuff.
Please.
I would argue that there's not enough of that, giving somebody an opportunity to change course and make amends, and people are just vilified and they're cut out, and that's it.
And it's over.
Yeah, look at this. Because you gave him a second chance, because he lived it, we have these great kids and you, and it's a whole family.
It really prioritized everything. And that event prioritized everything, because I was like, I learned a great deal. It was I always call it my salad days. Like I like to drink, and I quit drinking then.
Slow down. You like to drink?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
I quit drinking for a long time for that period. But I started reading books and started going into therapy, and I was like. And I was like, I remember asking the therapist, like, am I a misogynist? And she was like, I think all men are. And I was like,
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, not.
I hope that's not true. If it is, we need to bring it to consciousness.
I think all men are the same. I think all men are, I was telling LeeAnn this, I think all men at the base are the same, regardless of party affiliation.
Yeah.
I think all men are very, very similar at the end of the day. Where women fucking swing this pendulum left and right hardcore. Like, women are so drastically different
from one another.
Yeah. All men are basically like, is she gonna touch my dick?
Yeah.
Like, that's every guy.
Yeah.
I think.
And that's about where it stops.
Yeah.
And then hungry.
Yeah. I mean, look at,
those are the next the two thoughts.
But but I would look back, and I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened because I got LeeAnn back, and that was like, I remember jogging on. I tried to work out, and it was like impossible because I was so depressed, and I was jogging down Outpost, and the sun was setting. It was really pretty, and I was like, okay, God, if you give her back to me, I swear to God, I won't cheat on her. I won't fuck it up. I'll always be faithful. I'll never ask for anything else. And then
and the God said, "And will you stop drinking?"
No, God, no. Oh, I'd already stopped drinking. I wasn't gonna make that bet. I was like, and I'll pump the brakes for a little while.
He shifted to Slim Fast.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
LeeAnn was the one that got me to start drinking again.
No, it was not. That was your
100%.
parents.
Oh, that was my
It
parents.
was your parents.
That
It was
my
not
parents.
me.
That was my
It was
parents.
somebody that loved you.
It was his parents.
God, man, I had like decided I was going to quit drinking. I was like, I think I'm done. I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. I've had a really good fun time. I'm going to focus on my career. My dad's like, are you out of your fucking mind? You're not done drinking. And I was like, okay. My sister's like, you're going to quit drinking? You're going to quit drinking? I just turned 21. What the fuck? And I was like, okay, I guess I'll start again.
That's right.
So LeeAnn is this very wonderful, interesting person, right?
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
Wait, let's not forget, I'm the one with the fucking career that pays the bills, okay?
Relax. We'll get to you in a second.
No misogyny though there. No misogyny.
Get to you in a second. What I was trying to figure out what brought her to you. No disrespect intended.
I could ballpark it.
Yeah.
I think
I can't wait to hear what you think.
I think it's a lot of not knowing. I think it's a broken childhood.
Right. Which I got to know. I got to know a little bit. I got to know a
broken
little bit about that last time we talked.
Yeah.
But you don't fit those. You don't check those boxes.
What do you mean?
You're much better than that. She should be reenacting some of that stuff, and you're definitely not that.
Yeah, but I think that's on her. But I think she did a lot of self-help.
Right.
For her.
Right. So therefore, her choices should be autonomous and self-serve, for her own best interest.
Yeah.
And clear and good.
But you feel like my choices were not autonomous and for my
I'm just
best
curious.
interest?
I'm just curious what Bert thinks.
But I don't know. I have no idea why she's with me. I wouldn't be with me. If I was her, I would have cheated on me a long time ago. I would have fucked the pool guy, for Christ's sake. If I was married to me, I always say, if LeeAnn ever comes up on CNN and they're like, Bert Kreischer's gone missing jogging and his wife's a suspect, I'm like, you know what? I deserved it. I fucking deserved it. Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed with me at all.
But why?
Are you being fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm being fucking serious.
She's serious.
Yeah, I'm super self-centered. I'm never home. You don't get to have a regular life with me. You just kind of like ride on whatever ride I want to be on. I fucking don't let you tell stories.
Keep going. We're just getting started.
I'm not good at sex.
That's not true.
She mentioned a small penis.
I did not.
You did not.
I did not.
Oh, we have that drop, I believe.
Oh.
Do we have that drop?
So you'd still get
Dude, I'm so bad at sex. I'm so bad at sex.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, now where's LeeAnn talking about his little boy?
I don't think I
Little guy.
That's
Little
a
guy.
little guy.
He's a little guy.
That's not
Little
about
guy.
sex. That's when he's off duty.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's just say
He's a shower, grower, not a shower.
off duty. My dick's Paul Blart. But on duty,
It's good.
oh, it's
Respectful.
yeah,
Respectful.
he's on the take.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
So one of the things I would say she likes is that openness and honesty and that self-deprecation. I would say that's good. That's a good thing. And I need you'd bring it as soon as I mentioned
Oh,
it.
I'm super self-deprecating, but I'm also, I think it's one of the things about being a comic. Like I don't really.
She needs something that's interesting.
That's right. I get bored really fast.
Yeah, and you're the perfect fit for that.
Yes.
Definitely interesting.
That's right. Not bored. And I also don't like people in my space all the time.
Right. So,
So-
that you're being away.
It's helpful.
I think it fucking helps.
Right.
I think me
for me,
being
yeah.
gone,
Yeah.
like, because I know when I'm home too much,
Yeah.
she starts getting like antsy.
I do. I start going like, I just need to go in a door and room and close the door.
Yeah.
And just nobody talk to me.
So it's kind of I'm being facetious by framing this the way I did, but having now interviewed you both, it makes perfect sense to me.
Right.
Makes
Why we're
perfect
together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't fully understand before, and now it fits.
Oh, really?
Well, I knew you were great.
Yeah.
I think you guys are great together. I didn't understand it.
Understand why, yeah.
where it came from. And I think I do know, even though Bert does not.
I think like we were about to have sex the other morning, and she said, why do you think we're still together? And I said, because I love you. She was like, I love you too. I go, oh, I love you way much more than you love mine. Like I love LeeAnn 10 times more than she's ever loved anything.
Well, let's ask
But I
something.
disputed that
Well,
because
hold
I
on.
said I put up with so much more than he does. Clearly, I love him more than
she's
he
got a
loves
point
me
there.
because I
Different.
do a lot of the elbow grease type work to stay here.
But you've been a caretaker and stuff. You do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's your
that's
thing.
my natural. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think women like being loved a lot.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, see, so there's a point, there's something to what he's saying.
There's no, I have no doubt.
Because women, the husband dies, they're just like, all right, anyway, move on to the next, whatever. We'll get on.
Her second life after I die is going to be phenomenal.
Well, funny you would talk about second wives and second life. Let's hear an audio clip of Bert with Tom.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so this is from Two Bears, One Cave. Yep.
Here we go.
I don't want LeeAnn to die before me.
You don't? No, you do very poorly with that.
Dude.
Very poorly.
You want to see a shit show?
That's true.
And so now they get into describing him.
Let's hear it.
Although it would be nice, you know.
To get that second wife going? Yeah.
Good luck
Blonde
to her.
hair, young. I want like, but when I say young for me, like 30. Like 30 would be perfect. Because she's grown up enough to not want to go to parties.
Yeah.
But she's like, I want to have a pool. I want to have
Yeah. Is she educated?
That's all she wants is a pool?
I mean, it's not a must. I wouldn't mind just like a foreigner.
So really you want someone who doesn't talk back and just
I'm
wants
going
a pool.
globally opposite from you.
Okay, a blonde doesn't talk back, just needs a pool.
No, doesn't speak English. He's
I
going
don't
all the
need
way.
her to speak
okay.
English.
Yeah.
So
you don't need her to speak English.
I don't need her. I want someone that's easy to impress. I want someone who's like, woo, hot water.
You do not. You would also be bored out of your mind.
When I listen to you and Tom, I think to myself, wow, Bert reveals a lot when he talks to me, but it's actually dangerous when you talk to Tom.
Oh,
you were
it
in
might
danger.
be the end of my career talking to Tom.
No, you two, he is kryptonite for you. You got to be careful.
Oh, I've already subscribed to the fact that
Right?
I'm rolling the dice on this friendship.
All right, so let's listen to some more of you and Tom in that case. Let's hear some more. What about Bert and sex?
Ooh, actually,
What?
No. From Two Bears, One Cave.
Yes, of course. I want to, if he's going to, we got to hear the kryptonite in action.
Yeah, here's some more stuff. This is actually, I think, unprovoked. This is just Bert talking about their trip in Bali.
You and the kids.
I go, Isla, be careful, man. They can sniff that out. She's like, what? And I go, yeah, the monkeys can smell your
blood.
vajay, and they're going to want to fuck you, so be careful. And if a monkey starts fucking her, I said, I'm going to videotape the whole thing.
Yeah.
And someone else needs to get help.
There's got to be less than 5 dads that have ever said that to their daughter.
I said that.
I swear to God, it would have been this, Tom. Videotaping Isla getting fucked by a monkey and then turn around. Body Shots World Tour. Tickets still available.
You're the worst.
All right. As the mom here, I don't think he actually said they're going to fuck you. I think that he
I didn't
said
say-
they're going to
yeah.
attack you.
Yeah, attack you. I didn't say fuck to my daughter, but
just so as you know.
But I put that on Instagram. I said, just so you know, if you get attacked, because George and I told Isla that Bali was really complicated. If you had your period, you couldn't do anything, and so we were worried about the monkey force. What's Drew doing?
Hiding. He's hiding.
I think you broke him.
And so,
He's ashamed.
I'm so ashamed.
so by the way, that's not the clip I was worried
I
about.
don't want to be a part of this.
He didn't really say that to Isla.
Bert, what was
See,
the clip that you were
this is
worried
the
about?
problem we have is that he'll tell a story and I'll go, but that's not actually what happened.
No,
Does Isla hear these stories?
No.
She didn't hear that one.
Ah.
I told them very clearly, if shit goes down with a monkey, do not expect me to save you. I'm going to videotape it.
Okay.
And
He
and
did
vice
say
versa.
that.
Right.
And vice versa. If
He
shit
did say
happens to
that.
me, you videotape it first and then turn the camera on
Right.
yourself and say Body Shots World Tour.
Equitable.
He did say that.
But this is what I'm talking about. You and Tom is
Yeah.
that's bad.
By the way, are you kidding me? Tom has called me the most racist comedian in America, and they're cutting promos that make it sound like I'm racist. Yeah, my friendship with Tom I'm really happy
You're
about
not
it.
racist. You're misogynist.
I'm on this podcast defending. I'm all of the ists.
So what else you got? Would you just keep lining them up? Just keep firing them out here. Let's
Jesus
just go.
Christ.
Let's
This
hear
might-
what you guys got.
this
Do
might be
not
all we
play
have.
LeeAnn's coma fantasy.
Oh yes.
My
This is
what?
the only thing we got left.
Are you kidding?
My
Right,
coma fantasy?
Oh no, it's Bert's coma fantasy about LeeAnn.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
that
being
I'm in a coma?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Shit.
She's crossing the street and a motorcycle hits her. No, I say motorcycle because it's not going to do too much damage. But
You are such an idiot.
she's crossing the street and a motorcycle hits her. Now, I say motorcycle because it's not going to do too much damage, but I wanted to go into a coma. And then I wanted to...
By the way, it hadn't even gotten bad yet.
What goes on?
I am pouring fucking sweat right now.
What goes on in that mind of yours?
It's never boring.
Are you right? That's what you asked
So
for.
she goes into a coma. The doctors go, "What do we do?" And I go, "We're going to rebuild her. All right. Start with her tits. They were a double D before. Let's build them up." And we just complete and total plastic surgery. Hey, how many calories are we feeding her? Cut that in half. Here we go.
So bad. That's so mean.
I am not a misogynist.
I thought you were going to have sex with her in her coma. That you wanted some.
I
We
did
don't have that
too.
cut. We don't have that clip there.
does it
Dove.
keep
No, we
going?
don't have it ready.
Oh my God!
We'll keep it in the. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah.
All right, tell me. I'll take the heat off this last statement. Tell me what else is coming.
No. I just was like, yeah. There were
Do you have any kind of fantasies about women asleep?
No.
You don't have that thing.
No.
Sleep.
No, I don't have
fantasy,
I don't have weird fantasies sexually. I'm pretty regular, I think.
I don't know what your fantasies are.
No, he would have told you.
I would have told you.
Oh, okay. No, then never. Yeah, no.
Is he able to not tell you anything? You know what I mean? It all comes out
No,
of his mouth.
yeah, you're right. Good point.
So
No.
how are the kids?
They're good.
Yeah, they're great.
How was that trip to Bali, other than the incident
was
with the
great.
monkeys?
They had a great time. They liked Australia better.
Weren't they? It looked like you guys were separated from Bert a lot of the time.
Just
In fact, I
for-
tried to get you to see my son while you were out there. He texted you.
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever that was.
Yeah, he did text me. I think he was doing a show.
He was music directing in the Sydney Opera House, and he wanted to show you the whole
Oh, amazing.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would have been fun.
I think it is Australia got away from me. Things got away from me, Drew.
I know.
I'm not the best at like locking down.
I know. I warned him
Anything.
Extensively.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
take it personally.
Yeah.
He's not good at communicating like
And
that.
so, but it seemed like you were watching your Instagrams, like you were kind of apart from each other.
For a little bit in Bali, he had to go to New Zealand and do a show. So we didn't want to go to New Zealand for one day and then go somewhere for one day. So it was too much hopping around.
Where'd you stay in Bali?
We started in Uluwatu, and then we went to Ubud, and ended up in oh my God, I can't.
Zanzibar?
No, that's where the
Ooh,
airport
I don't know
was.
what that is.
Sanur, which is on the beach.
Oh, that's that big hotel.
Yeah,
With the
big,
pool
big,
that
giant.
goes through
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah. It was really fun.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
3
we had a good
hotels.
time.
Good job.
Yeah,
That's why
well-
she's married.
Yeah, no. I was so poor when she first got with me. I had money because I'd done TV and I'd had development deals, and we were laying in bed one time, and she didn't know because she didn't see me work. She goes, "Okay, I gotta ask, do you sell drugs or something?" And I was like, "What?"
I was like, he never went to work. He never did anything.
Oh my God.
He wasn't doing sets. He wasn't traveling.
I for some reason I'm not laughing at it, but that's the funniest thing she's ever said about
Yeah.
you.
And
I was like, I don't understand.
I said,
how do
no.
you make your money?
She said lots of funny things about you, but that's the most stunning.
And then I was like, "No, what?" I go, "Hold on one second. I'm going to show you something." And I pulled out the Rolling Stone article and I gave it to her. I said, "You should probably read this."
Oh,
She read it in my bed and was like, I don't even know what to say. And I was like, if you have any questions, I can answer them.
she's like, could you call a cab?
But I had money
Right.
then. I had money then. I had money for like first couple of years we were dating, and then as soon as we got pregnant, I ran out of all my money. And then we had no
Good
money.
timing.
And then we
Good
had no money
timing.
for what, fucking 15 years? No.
Not 15 for like
When did I invent you?
10.
Isla was born.
Right then.
So
2006. was
probably,
when I was
2006 is when.
Right, because I remember you already had that Travel Channel show.
No,
or
no,
something.
no.
You had something. No, you had
10 started.
something.
I had a bunch of TV shows. I've
Yeah.
always had TV shows.
Okay, it wasn't
but-
travel, so-
yeah, but 2006 is when I met you. I told the machine story for the very first time ever on anything. Is that 2006? And then
Well, maybe it was 2007, somewhere right around there.
Yeah.
got Travel Channel right after that. And then Travel Channel was good to me. I was there 9 years.
6 years.
9 years.
6.
Let's take a little break from the show so I can tell you about our friends at Care Of, which is, of course, that subscription service you've heard me talk about that delivers vitamins and supplements customized to your specific health needs. Take a short quiz, kind of fun, answer some questions about your diet, lifestyle, fitness, health goals. Then Care Of puts together a personalized plan just for you. The online quiz asks you about your diet, health goals, lifestyle. As I said, it's kind of fun, takes about 5 minutes, and they find out your personal, scientifically backed vitamin and supplement recommendations based on your quiz. You answer easy questions like, how much sleep are you getting? Are you looking for more energy? Do you need something to help your weight, skin, nails? Very personalized. Very, very, really, it's a very smart line of questioning and very good responses in terms of the solutions that they have to offer. It's hard sometimes to know what vitamins and supplements you should be taking, but Care Of makes it easy. They easily give you specifically what you need to be your healthiest. They deliver vitamin and supplement packs, all customized to your recommendations, so you're only taking what you really need. Depending on your personalized care of plan, you'll get daily vitamin packs and or protein powders sent right to your door. It is customized. The packets have your name on it. My wife and I each have our own boxes. You just slip out the packs, got her name and my name on it. And it's very excellent recommendations. I'm pleased with what they've recommended to us. And for 25% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com. You enter Dr. Drew. Again, 25% off. Takecareof.com. Enter the promo code DRDREW, and you'll be on your way to the personalized care of plan. Now, back to our program. First time I met you guys together, you told the bear story. Which you must have told that lots of places. I don't want to repeat all that kind of stuff.
No, we went out. It was just up the 5.
Yeah.
It was just up the 5. They had all these exotic animals. They had lions. They had a bear. They had elephants. They had a tiger. They had just gotten a tiger. And I've never been that tiger. Tigers and great white sharks are the two most terrifying animals in my opinion.
Yeah.
But LeeAnn's a huge animal person, and so I was like, we were just dating a little bit, and I was like, you should come out and hang out with the bear. And she was like, oh my god. So I think you drove out by yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Drove out by herself, and she's a big cat person, and I tamed lions that day.
You tamed lions.
Yeah. They were like, do you want to tame lions? And I was like, no. I was like, nothing about that statement sounds. I was like, you're suggesting there's a bunch of unruly, untamed lions, and I'm going to whip them into shape like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Have you seen not Michelle Pfeiffer, but oh crap, what's her name from The Birds? Have you seen that movie Roar?
No.
You need to look at the trailer on Roar. No. Maybe we should include it in this show. It's very interesting.
Really?
What's the woman that was she's Melanie Griffith's mom. She was the
Tippi Hedren?
Tippi Hedren.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps wild
she has a
cats.
sanctuary, right?
For real?
Hundreds, dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds. And they filmed a movie there with the cats as part of the thing, and essentially everybody nearly got killed.
Wow.
These lions were fucking. It's funny. I've been in the water with great white sharks out of the cage, and the one thing I thought is they move with such intention. There's no stopping that animal if it decides it wants you. They move so quickly.
And by the way, there's a video online too. Speaking of Roar, of a tiger chasing a guy on a motorcycle.
I saw the one where the guys were on the truck and the tiger just jumps and leaps at him.
You can't out.
No.
When they brought out the lions, the guy goes, so I'm going to give you to tame lions. Here's what you take, and he gave me a fanny pack full of sirloin and a plunger stick with a nail on it. He goes, this is your meat stick. Do not drop your meat stick. Oh. And I was like, really? He was like, whatever you do, don't drop. If you drop your meat stick, you'll lose control of them entirely. And he was like, so what you do is you open up the fanny pack, put a little sirloin on the end of your meat stick, and they'll pay attention to the meat stick. I was like, I bet they fucking will.
Why didn't you just right that moment go, yeah, I'm out?
Nope, because I needed the money. It was $16,000 an episode. Oh, so,
oh my god.
So, oh my god. So he goes, all right, I'll bring him out. And he goes, all you really need to do is take care of the head. The head one is the one that you need to take care of. And he's like, all right, Simba. And this beautiful lion comes out, like the size of a fucking Volkswagen, just huge. And you can see it in its eyes. It is the king of the jungle. It's in its eyes. You can see this cat looking at you, and then looking at the meat stick, and looking at you, looking at the owner, going, "So this is how we're doing it today, huh?" And you're just like, it's really unnerving. And then the lion sits on one of those like stools or circus stools for it. And then he's like, Mufasa! And another beautiful lion comes out.
Mufasa. They bring Mufasa.
And literally, like, you can see the thing looking at the meat stick, looking at the owner, looking at Simba, like, is this how it goes down? And Simba's like, yeah, he's new, you can tell, right? And he's like, oh, I can tell. So he sits up and he's like, Doug! And nothing happens. He goes, this is the little stubborn of a lion. This is the lead. Doug, come on, get the fuck out of here. And literally a rescue lion, just ugly as shit, doesn't even do the little prance the other ones does, just walks straight up to me and puts his nose right into the fanny pack, and you can feel its breath. It feels like you're squeezing 2 golf bags, just and I panic. I drop the meat stick.
You did?
I start unzipping the thing, shuffling meat out. I'm panicking.
Are you there by yourself in this cage?
No, I'm in the cage with this guy, and then his phone rings. He goes, I got to take this, and he leaves. And then the 2 other ones, Simba and Mufasa, are like, oh fuck, it's a free for all. And I literally panicked so bad. And then they got me out of the cage.
Did you throw the meat on the ground?
There's meat everywhere. My meat stick's done. I take my dick out of my pants. I mean, everything. It's a shit show. And so then they were like, hey, let's get some shots of you taunting the lions, and then we'll cut that in. We'll cut that in before what we just shot. And I was like, okay. So the lions are like right up against the cage, and they're just roaming around. And I'm like, hey, Simba, just, and the Simba comes up, and I'm like, rah! And you hear a lion roar. It is in your face. It is so intense. It's like a fucking, like when a cruise ship goes, it just you can feel it in your heart. And I'm getting the lion to roar right in my face. And then the guy gets off the phone. He goes, all right, let's get back in the cage. I was like, no.
All right.
I've been fucking shit talking these guys like Conor McGregor the entire time. And so we got back in the cage. Yeah, we did a thing called the Ring of Death, where I think that the lions, I could be making this up, but the lions, this is gonna sound like I'm making this up, but I think this is what happened. The lions stand on stools and put their paws together and do like
patty cake.
I gotta be making this up. There's no way.
There's
The
no
two
way.
lions stood on their hindquarters and put their hands together so that they could form like a lion bridge, and I walked under it.
I want this to people to air this in schools of psychology
Right?
and neurology
My
because
imagination-
memories are imperfect.
Oh.
I give you Bert Kreischer.
Massively.
But yeah, and then we washed a lion. We washed an elephant, and then I wrestled a bear. And then I think the bear is when LeeAnn showed up, and we put marshmallows in our mouth. It was really fun, but it's.
If you don't tell, you got to give them a sketch of the marshmallow thing. Why?
Well, the guy goes. He goes. I gotta forget how this. I forget how I tell it as a bit. I'll just tell it the way I remember it. He goes. This is what you need to wrestle. He goes. It's very simple. All you're gonna do is take a marshmallow. Don't let the bear see it. Okay. Put it in your mouth. Then walk up in front of the bear. Show him the marshmallow like, oh. And allow the bear the opportunity to engage you. You want the bear to engage you and take the marshmallow out of your mouth with his mouth. This way, he'll learn to trust you. And I was like,
my God.
Fuck that. I go, why does the bear need to trust me? I need to trust the bear.
Yeah.
He's like, this is how we do it. And the whole crew was just, they didn't give a fuck if I live or died. They were
course.
like, the more hurt he gets, the better we.
Oh yeah, the producers. Are you kidding? This is
the
just like a
producer.
reality. This is.
Yeah, the show is called Hurt Bert.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the point was,
hurt Bert.
yeah.
So go ahead.
So I take a marshmallow, I put it in my mouth. I walk in front of the bear like a street hooker, like, oh. And the bear lights up. You can see the bear in its eyes like, oh, I love fucking marshmallows. This guy's got a fucking marshmallow in his mouth, and just runs up to me and then takes it out of my mouth with his mouth. Like just like bears
slobbery
dude,
and just disgusting.
tongue behind the marshmallow. Bears never brush their fucking teeth. I have to do this 5 fucking times. I have 5 marshmallows. I'm like, we get done. We do the 5th one. He's like, all right, you're ready. I go, I haven't learned anything. And he goes, no, you learned the most important lesson, and that is the bear loves marshmallows. I go, how's that going to help me? He goes, oh, very simple. If you get in trouble, just very confidently say, marshmallow. And what will happen is we'll hear you. We'll know you're in trouble. We'll get you out of there. But the bear's going to hear you say marshmallow.
You say just that moment, marshmallow.
And he's like, and I was like, yeah, but he thinks they're inside me. Like, what if he's like, this is the guy's filled with marshmallows.
You're a Pez dispenser.
Let me rip his head back and see if they're inside his throat. So the guy's like, all right, let's go. And you can see the look in the bear, like, I know. You know what I like? It's marshmallows, and there's only one way I get them, and that's I got to tap you out, motherfucker. So he just grabs me and starts ragdolling me, like throwing me to one side, then throwing me to the other side, then grabbing me by the ears and kind of like lifting me up. And then
Is the animal trained to do that?
it's trained to wrestle.
Sort
It's
of.
trained to look like he is attacking someone.
Yeah.
But looking like he's attacking someone and attacking someone are very similar.
Oh, when a bear weighs 1,200 pounds.
It was enormous.
Yeah.
It was like a
Bear.
9-foot 10-foot grizzly bear, and it's just
Huge.
ragged on me. And then I swear to God, no memory's perfect, but I swear to God, his hook to his claw grabbed my belt loop, and he spun me doggy style so quick, put me in a bear hug, and is just grinding on me. Now we're both facing the same direction. I'm looking at the producer, the trainer, everyone going, fucking marshmallow. Get me the fuck out of here, marshmallow. Trainer looks panicked. Everyone's laughing. Trainer looks panicked, jumps in front of my sight line, and he's like, go limp. I'm like, please be talking to the bear right now.
Oh, my God.
And not, like, please be talking to me right now and not the bear. If there's a hard bear cock climbing up my jeans, about to split center seam. And so I went limp, and then the bear sat on my face, and then I passed out, and then LeeAnn rescued me. She
The
put a
bear
marshmallow
sat in your face, so you couldn't breathe.
It was all overwhelming, Drew.
And then LeeAnn put a marshmallow in her mouth and
then
ran in
walked
there.
up to the bear and went, oh, and then the bear was like, this bitch has marshmallows too. Shut the fuck up. Took it out of her mouth. They dragged me to one side, pulled the bear and LeeAnn off to another side, and I woke up in Tim Scott's lap, and he was like, I was like, what happened? And he's like, oh, you got raped and teabagged by a bear. You might want to get tested. And he's like,
maybe that's where you got that herpes on your face.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And he's like, that chick, LeeAnn, I think she fucking saved you. And then LeeAnn came over. She goes, are you okay? And that's when I knew at that moment.
I don't know if I talk like that.
That's it. I'm from the Southern. She was like,
Hardly.
How y'all doing?
Coincidentally, that bear killed his trainer.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I know. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Killed his trainer.
Yeah,
not,
you
not
bears.
long after.
You can't trust
Crazy.
bears.
Clearly, 2 bears,
2 bears, one cave.
Don't trust them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was
2
insane.
Yeah.
bears, 1 cave.
2 bears, 1 cave.
Speaking of a cave, the producers would like to share this video with you from your mom's house. Your buddy exposed me to this. I showed Jen Kirkman. She almost vomited.
What is that?
That's a cesspool.
What?
Yes. Oh, yes. This is somebody's fetish.
Oh my God.
And he found some hair in there.
I'm going to throw up.
Look, he found some hair. There he is.
Is he eating it?
Oh, hold on. It gets better.
I'm not watching this.
Come on, Bert.
I don't know what's wrong with Tom.
Look at this hair he found. Oh, where is it? What? Forget. Oh, there it is. What big clumps.
This is awful. Oh, my God. I can't watch.
I'm not even watching it. I'm not even watching it.
That's awful.
My eyes are closed.
Oh my God.
Stop it, turn it
Oh,
off.
he put hair on his head.
Shut the fuck up,
Oh my God. Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Stop! I gotta get it.
Oh no.
That's fucking disgusting. I wasn't even looking at it.
Stop. What is wrong with Tom and Christina?
I don't know what's wrong with him.
What is wrong with them?
Why doesn't anyone notice Tom's behavior? Isn't this alarming to anybody?
Yes, I'm with you.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Well, they've always been a little obsessed with making brown.
I know.
We know this.
No, I get it.
Oh my God, that was awful. I can't believe you got
How can you have a child and enjoy that? This episode is brought to you by Extra. Hey guys, you ever go into a cesspool in a fucking dominatrix mask and look for hair? And then want to show it to your friends and go, hey, what do you guys do this weekend? And your friend starts throwing up, well, give them a piece of Extra.
Oh my God.
That was bad.
So what is wrong with our friends?
I have no fucking idea.
Right?
I can't, the stuff that Tom finds interesting, I just go like.
I tried to figure. I'm gonna throw up here. Like it's coming like right
Awful,
to here.
right?
It's like,
Me too. It's just hovering.
like last time I was on with them. I need some extra too. Can I have some?
Definitely.
Will it help with
pudding
this?
tonight.
I am. I may have PTSD from that.
Ugh.
I think I'm gonna be getting flashbacks.
What is the gum gonna do? Is it gonna help me?
I
Tom
can't eat
likes
the gum.
watching things that you can't forget about.
But
I won't soon forget that. That was disgusting.
But he has glee in it. He finds glee.
He's shown me stuff that I think about twice a day,
Yeah.
and I just go, ugh.
He showed when I first came on the podcast. They showed me people that were being killed.
What?
And thought it was funny. What do we do with them?
That's a little warped.
Well, it turned out they weren't dead. but
Tom has so many fucking. Tom is the weirdest individual. I remember him telling me a story one time that I think of often.
Oh, please.
I can't.
Come on.
No.
Oh, come on.
I really can't. I would lose his trust forever.
All right, so all three of us need to bring it up to him and see if we can get it out of him.
Oh my God.
I wonder if Push always had this in her innately, and that's where they like they fell in love. But I don't see Push as like the person that loves watching someone in a dominatrix outfit get.
No, she did not like that. I don't
No,
think she liked
I'd
that.
imagine not.
No. Right? Nadav, she didn't like that, did
No,
she?
she hated it.
Yeah.
But what does Tom get? Like, what does he?
We got into that a bit. Did that podcast air, Nadav?
Your segment?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, well, you'll have to watch because we get into it a bit on why she likes his reactions and what he's getting from watching these things.
What's our equivalent to that, LeeAnn?
No idea.
Like, what's
I
our
don't know.
equivalent? So let's come up with something.
I don't think anybody has
No.
an equivalent to that. That
Nope.
was disgusting.
No, but your equivalent things that is peculiar that Bert is into.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
me.
I get it. I get it.
I don't know.
No, there's got to be some equivalent.
I'm a little disturbed. I can't shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was bad.
He set up the camera himself.
Yeah.
To show to who?
To himself, to watch himself again, I bet.
Maybe, but it seems like there's some world out there that we don't. There's all kinds of
my
worlds of
goodness.
crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, I think that guy has a channel.
Oh,
He does that a lot.
no, it does that a lot.
Yeah, if you want, I can do some
No,
research.
pass.
I'll get you some
Pass.
clips for the
I'll
next
pass.
episode.
He though, I wanted to meet what's his name in New York,
Robert.
I wanted to
Yeah,
meet
no,
Robert.
okay.
I don't really want to meet this guy. Woof.
Yeah, I'm not.
The smell would be bad enough.
No, I think
meeting
it's
him.
got to be what turns him on.
The smell?
or somebody, right?
Like, yeah, but like there's things that. Like I remember one time hearing Norton say that he liked to go down on a girl, but her to have pissed herself a little bit, and I was like, I don't think I'd enjoy that. Like there's ideas of things that sound.
What else
sexy.
did Jim Norton talk about?
I remember him saying that, and I was like, I can't imagine that I'd enjoy that. Like, I need everything to smell good. I need everything to be perfect.
Yes,
I want everything
you're
to
the
be
Slim Fast
good.
guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I'd break up with a girl if I even saw cellulite on her. I'd be like, ugh, I can't.
That's the misogyny again.
Yeah.
No misogyny there. None whatsoever.
God damn it. I'm going to be the most misogynistic comic in America now.
He's not the most sexist. I mean racist, which is.
Yeah.
Let's take some emails here. Sleeping problem. For about a year or so now, I have extreme trouble sleeping through the night.
Oh, Xanax. Got it. Next one.
Every 2-3 hours I wake up during the night. Sometimes it's because I have to make yellow. Other times no reason at all. The only time I can ever sleep. By the way, in spite of the peculiarity of our friends, the audiences they've accumulated are some of the best. This audience is some of the greatest people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, really just a.
Some are actually horrible humans, but yes, some
But
are.
mostly, an interesting group.
Very loyal people.
Loyal and but
Yeah.
interesting. Only time I get it's fully through the night or that I get pissed drunk. And that's all that often. Is there anything I can do or drink to help me sleep? Bert says Xanax. I've tried melatonin. Helps a little bit. Good. Makes me super groggy in the morning. Can do that. Piss on me, beat me.
So he beat me.
What about marijuana?
Cannabis, CBD. CBD more than cannabis. Something you can try. But really, what you normally do is you get a sleep analysis to see what's going on.
Oh, those are fucking
you
snake
had
oil
that.
salesmen.
You had that?
You kidding me?
No, he didn't complete it.
What happened?
Fuck
Panic?
that.
I think panic is what
You
happened.
didn't like being all wired up?
She was like, okay, so I'm going to strap this to your face. And I went, you're joking, right? At one point, she was putting it on my face, and the look in my eyes must have said to her, you got to be fucking kidding me. And I didn't even say anything, and she just looked at me and goes, it's not that bad. And I was like, are you serious? I didn't sleep at all. I ended up walking out of the fucking test at like 1 a.m.
Put it this way.
a CPAP on you or something?
Oh, she put everything on me. She put the first one, and what it did is that nose kind of made my nose close. It gave me allergies.
Yeah.
It was like almost like unclean. And then she put the other one. I guess the other one. The other one's way more intense. It's like a fucking face mask. It's like you're going scuba diving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd rather die.
Had you had documented apneic spells at that point? Did you have sleep
I don't
apnea?
even know, but I'm fat, so everyone just goes, you have sleep apnea.
I can hear him snoring in our living room when he's in. He snores big time. Put it this way: he left the house that night to go for the sleep study, and from his emotional state, I turned to George and said, "He'll be home by midnight."
He'll never finish it.
And he didn't.
Is
He's home by
there
midnight.
something easier than that? Like I can't wear a face mask to sleep.
There's devices like to raise the palate and that kind of stuff, but the thing to do is to lose.
Do you have one?
No, lose the weight.
Oh, okay, I'll just do that.
Yeah. Huge fan of the show. I was wondering if you could help me with an issue. I'm a 29-year-old male. After the birth of my first child, I could not seem to last very long. Before the birth of my child, I had no issue. I have done nearly everything to prevent it from happening, but nothing seems to be working. Sometimes I come in 4 strokes. He's a 4-stroke guy. Any insight would be greatly appreciated. And why did it start after the birth of my child, which is rather interesting, and I don't think I can explain that.
I can.
That's weird.
Go ahead.
Tits are bigger.
What?
So-
Okay, I don't know. I don't know either.
Oh, so he gets turned on faster.
Yeah,
Right,
LeeAnn
so
had
fast.
huge tits after, and then they stayed. It was
Congratulations.
I remember there was one that was like she looked like an absolute fucking porn star, and I was like, oh my god, this is the hottest she's ever been. But I was pretty fast after babies.
All right. Well, there you go. That's one man's story.
What are you smiling at?
And before babies.
And still this
So
morning.
This morning.
given that seems
Pretty
to be,
fast.
given that there's
Sorry.
be something that you're contending with, do you have any advice for our gentleman?
Yeah, you're married. Don't worry about it anymore.
Oh,
The fuck do you care
Misogyny,
about?
misogyny.
How about-
Patriarchy.
how about there's numbing stuff?
Oh yeah,
Wear-
that's fun.
well, wear a condom. There's all stuff you
Wear
can
a
do.
condom.
It's all stuff you can do.
Wear
to-
a condom.
I'm not saying you should do it.
With
This
your
guy's
wife?
he's asking for help.
No,
Did
Bert's
she
a-
just come back
Bert,
from Kenya?
You could.
latex gives him panic.
Oh, you can't breathe.
No, any latex, balloons, anything that smells like latex
Oh, interesting.
gives
The
him a
fucking
panic
smell
attack.
of a condom. freaks
I
me
don't
the
want to
fuck
go.
out.
That's a road I don't want to go down. but Jesus. And he can pull a bullet from the chamber before he goes in with his wife, or they could do that together.
Hard pass.
Why?
What you mean? You don't know what he's saying?
Yes,
Yes, I do.
What is he saying?
It means he would come first and then start having sex.
Yeah, don't talk dirty like that. You're a woman. Watch your mouth.
You need me to stir that for you? I'll stir that. I'll just do that for you. Don't fucking talk like that. But I'm not misogynist at all.
I am not fucking misogynist. You're putting this label on me, and I am not
It's
misogynist.
just, you just have shades of it. It's just
You guys have
shades
exceeded
of it.
all my expectations.
On a scale of
so
the.
what's-
Well, go ahead.
What's wrong with pulling a bullet from the chamber?
Because then the next one's like it's like a not fully loaded bullet. It's like a.
Because it's all about whose pleasure?
Once in a while.
Ours, mutually shared.
Do we have any voice messages out there? Here comes.
Hey, Dr. Drew, this is Mike. Big fan of yours. I've been listening to you since your Loveline days. I'm 33 years old, relatively healthy, a couple extra pounds, nothing crazy. And I have a crazy hypochondriac fear. I
Bert, is
constantly
this you?
find something that's wrong with me, and I end up going on the internet to research it because I don't want to bother my doctor. Is there anything I can do to convince myself without Googling things that I'm going to be fine? Thanks.
So he didn't tell us what it was he was obsessing about.
Yeah, I can help you out.
right.
It's called rituals. Set up a bunch of rituals that feed into your obsessive compulsiveness, and as long as you complete all those rituals, then you'll be healthy. That's what I do.
Sounds healthy.
Fucking, I don't know. I'm in the same fucking boat as this guy.
I was going to say, that does not sound like good advice.
Yeah, rituals. If you lock the door the same way every night, 3 times, and then go to bed, you're gonna be totally fine. say your prayers every time. Wash your entire body. Have the soap still on you. Get down. Say a prayer in the shower. Circle your family 3 times in your head, even the dogs and the cats, and then circle the house 1 time, and then circle yourself 1 time, and then make sure that the spike lands on you. Say your prayer. Stand up. Rinse off.
This is exhausting.
You're telling me.
And then if you hear a strange noise in the night, you make your wife get up and go check it.
That's not true.
That's maybe true.
Maybe if you hadn't hidden my guns from me.
No, that's been going on since we were in the apartment.
You were the manager of the apartment building, LeeAnn. I was simply talking to the person who worked there. I wasn't talking to my wife. I was talking to LeeAnn, the manager of the apartment building
I
at the
don't
time.
think so. Hey, baby doll, go check that out. Why don't you go check
I'm
that out,
tired.
babe?
I'm tired.
What was that? Why don't you go check that out?
I'm gonna have to take a fucking Xanax tonight. I'm
So it just so happens a really, really like nationally known practitioner in the treatment of obsessive compulsive disorder has set up practice in Pasadena. So
Really?
maybe I should get Bert a referral out of there.
I don't want to fix it. It works well with writing jokes.
Really?
Oh yeah, you chew over a joke obsessively, and you just go, all right.
Well, you never really get rid of the biology, right? Your sort of tendency that way. OCD and anxiety can go together. I kind of have a dose of that, but you can treat some of the symptoms so they're not so troubling
Yeah, I don't know.
without alcohol.
You know what? When I don't drink, it gets less. Like I said to LeeAnn, I think I can definitely see a connection. The less I didn't drink last week, and I'm not drinking this week, and I can definitely see my anxiety kind of dissipate as the further I get away from the last time I drank.
So to get to this guy's question, the reason he's somatizing is something else is going on. That's a defense to deal with some unpleasant emotions he's not regulating. So ideally, your tendency to somatization has something to do with your personality structure. We can never really change that, but we can help you regulate your emotions better. That's therapy. You just got to go do the work.
It's one of those things with me. I have decided I will not play into it, and I won't look it up. So
But look, the medical students, after, as we came upon every disease, we all convinced we had that. right? Until
Oh,
you've
yeah, I heard it. That's like a syndrome,
it's
right?
called medical student syndrome. And until you've seen these things in reality many dozens or hundreds of times, you don't really have a sense of the description in language versus what really happens clinically.
But here's
and
what
then you get to the point where you can see it clinically. You can.
Here's
smell
what
it.
I'll say about this guy, and I'm only defending all us hypochondriacs. I think if people knew how real we believed it to be, they would be a little more empathetic. Like hypochondriac gets thrown around so quickly. Like, oh, he's just a fucking hypochondriac. Like hypochondriac is synonymous with lunatic. Like he's a fucking lunatic. And I am a hypochondriac. And we had said, you had done the podcast with LeeAnn, and you said, next time Bert spirals, have him call me.
Yeah.
And I went to Bali, and the very first night I spiraled.
Yeah.
I mean, I spiraled to a place that
and
was
then
like.
you called Stanhope.
No, I didn't call anyone.
That was the other time when he got bit by a bat.
Because I internalized it, and I was like, I'm not gonna. And it was horrible.
Well, that's because I told him you had told me that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna. I just,
That made it
And then
worse?
He was like, we're not. No, there's no way you're calling Drew.
That made it worse? Why don't you like email me at least?
Because if you said, this is serious.
Because
if this is serious,
because I'd say you
then
gotta
I'd
get
have
to the hospital.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm going to a hospital in Bali. Like fuck. But yeah, I had a big spin out. But
What was the issue?
I thought I had a stroke in the middle of the night.
Why?
Because I had numbness on my thigh, and I woke up. We had flown for 15 hours. I drank on the plane. I drank when we got to Bali. We had a great dinner, and then I went to sleep, and I woke up like in panic, and I got up to the bathroom, and I rubbed the side of my leg, and it was numb, and I was like, well, that's odd, and I was like, I'm sure that'll go away in a second, and then it just didn't go away, and I was like, wait, did I have a stroke in the middle of the night? Did I have a stroke? Like there was a portion of my thigh, like a 2-inch by 1-inch.
Was it on the
portion.
side or in the front?
On the side.
Yeah. So that's from sitting so long.
Yeah, no. And so I fucking.
Someone might have said that, but
It was so real.
You mean your
to
wife
me.
might have said that?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it was so fucking real.
But what I've learned in living with it for so long is I say that
Makes it worse.
It's probably it does make it worse.
Yeah.
So, but I still part of me goes, but I have to present some reason.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just be like, really?
Yeah,
oh my
no,
God.
you can't do that.
So I have to, here's the reason,
So
and then accept that it's not going to
think,
affect
Bert,
him.
One of the things you could maybe do that might help is real illness affects functioning. That's one of the real dividing lines with mental illness, with physical illness. Like all of a sudden you can't walk, or all of a sudden you can't get out of bed, or all of a sudden you can't see. If you have functional problems, not
I don't
just
have any functioning problems.
No, I know that you don't have any medical problems.
Well, we'll find out Thursday. I'm a part of my cardiologist that I'm
But
preparing
in terms
for.
of you worrying about yourself, if you're still able to function like normally,
yeah.
That's a good measure.
Yeah,
That's a reasonable
you know
measure.
what I did? I went down to the gym that morning at like 6 a.m, and I ran 4 miles, quick. And I went, okay, if I'd had a stroke, I probably couldn't run 4 miles.
Probably not.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna, and I was very measured. I said, I'm gonna let this play out, and it would go away, and it would tingle at times,
good.
and then it
Coming
would, and then it would go away, and then it would come back, and but
So
I was
you
flying
have
a lot.
you have a thick sheath here, and there's a nerve that comes through that, and you can get clipped.
Yeah.
when you sit for a long time.
and I think that's what.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, and it's also I think I have sciatica in my left leg, on both my legs now. But anyway, doesn't matter. That's from falling off a waterfall. Anyway, I'm getting a lot better, Drew.
Yes.
Nothing. I just to make sure that everyone knows I'm not a misogynist.
We know that, babe, because I could never be married to you if you were really a misogynist.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the truth.
That's what I'm talking. Because when she thought you were a misogynist, she was out.
And then I got
Yes,
her
that's
back.
right. And
Yeah.
he's proven
And-
himself not to be. He
and
just
you-
has some habits and shades.
He
that
sort
are
of was a little
goofy.
bit, but he
Yes.
adjusted course.
Yes, he
adjusted course
did.
at a time when history was not as enlightened as it is now.
You are right.
So he was ahead of the curve.
He was.
I'm hardcore.
He's always been like that. He's always been very self-correcting.
I'm very self-correcting, and I'm a champion of LeeAnn's. Let's just say.
Yes, he is.
I'm a big supporter of her podcast. I'm the reason she got into her podcast. Obviously, I'm a man. I made the right decision, and I told her what to do.
Provided all the finances and equipment. Thank you. I'm not worthy.
No, but I'm a big proponent of yours.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I told the girls the other day that mom's a lot smarter than dad. Don't listen to dad. I'm a fucking horrible
I
parent.
don't completely agree with that.
And bring us up to date on the girls. What's going on?
15 and 13,
Yeah.
they're great.
Good. The last
Happy,
time we
healthy?
talked about him, Isla was just had gotten exposed to some of your husband's humor.
She had. Yeah. She's not crazy about it. We went to she's not. We went to Comic-Con, and boy, that was a big thing because we couldn't walk far without getting recognized. And I think
she liked that or disliked that.
No,
they tend not to like that.
No, she's like,
kids don't like that. But then what about the actual humor that often includes stories about her?
It's gotten to a place now where I kind of have to run them by her first. I definitely have to run them by the girls. I can't just greenlight them, and that's after period party because I told them I was going to tell of their periods on Conan, but they've run in Conan a bunch now, and so every time they do, he's like, "Hey, you're the girls about the periods," and George and I are like, "Yeah,
oh,
awesome, right?"
But it went viral. It got like 30 million views or something, and it was nice that people were emailing Isla or LeeAnn and saying, hey, I want you to share that Bert sharing that story really helped us through my daughter getting her period. It made it a lot less traumatic, and we've welcomed Daryl into the family because Isla named her period, so now girls are naming their periods, and not everyone, but just some people have done it. And so Isla finds that really cool. What she doesn't like is when the special came out, Secret Time, I said, just so you know, I talk about you guys a lot in this, and how do you guys feel about that? And Georgia was like, I don't mind. And Isla's take was, I don't want people who I don't know to know who I am. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, like, at school.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was
Bert's like, huh?
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's the whole goal. That's our fucking goal, Isla.
My purpose in life
Jesus
is for people
Christ.
who don't know me to know me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
You don't want free beer at the Improv? What the fuck's wrong with you?
You don't have OCD?
And so she was like, at school, like some kids will be like, oh, well, that's Isla. And I don't know who they are. I don't like that. And I was like, ooh, never thought about that. Yeah.
And the last time we talked, it was something like she responded like, I thought you were just telling fun stories about me or something. What was that statement?
That was when they watched Period Party, they watched it together, and I guess Isla looked at LeeAnn and was like, whoa, he makes fun of us? Oh. And LeeAnn's like, yeah, what did you think he did? She goes, I thought he was going to say how cool we were.
Yes, she did say that.
And LeeAnn's like, oh no, honey.
No.
You definitely don't want to watch his special.
Welcome to the club. I've been in this club for years. Unfortunately, this is how it rolls. I think they've gotten a little used to it.
It's got to be weird for them.
It's got to be. It's really, their whole life has got to be weird. They have a dad who's home 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And they don't really, I'm sure they couldn't conceptualize what he did, Not that kids can really conceptualize a lawyer either, but it's such nobody's dad does that for a living.
Yeah.
At least there was someone else who had a dad who was a lawyer or a doctor.
I just wonder how you keep the conversation going so they're able to process it as they become increasingly aware of what this is.
The first time we were in the car going over Laurel Canyon one time, and Brian Regan was on the radio on Sirius XM on the Laugh Channel, and he's clean, and so we were all laughing, and all of a sudden LeeAnn just goes, oh, and turns to the girls and goes, this is what Dad does for a living, and they're like, huh?
He's funny? I don't think he's funny.
And they're like, what do you mean? And she's like, this is Dad's job. And they're like, oh, tell us a joke. And I was like, I don't really have any jokes like that. So then we end up at the house. It was when we lived in the house. We lived same house. We end up at the house, and Isla and George are like, so tell us like a joke. I go, I don't do jokes like that. Mine are like grown-up jokes. And then Georgia goes, but you talk about us, right? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, what is it about us? I go, it's like stuff you guys did that I think are funny. She goes, well, if we did them, why can't you tell us about things we did? And I was like, okay. And then I told him about the time Isla put her finger in her ass and put it in the dog's mouth, and they were pissing themselves. They're like, we did that? And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
She
And they're
was
like,
like
oh my God.
She was 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, and when it happened, and
She
then
thought it was hysterical. Stick her finger in her
up her
butt.
ass. Hey, Dad, you want to see Baby Isla's new trick?
She was naked all the time.
Yeah.
She never wore clothes until she was about 4.
It was
just
so
stayed
quick.
naked.
She goes, Daddy, you want to see Baby Isla's new trick? It's like fucking 6 a.m. Isla's naked. George is laughing in a rocking chair. The dog's in between them. She's like, George is like, Dad, you want to see Baby Isla's new trick? I go, what is it? She goes, I don't want to spoil it for you. She goes, Isla, show Dad. So Isla shoves her finger up her ass and then takes it and puts it in the dog's mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you guys, Germans? Holy shit.
Remember when I mentioned the wildlings?
Yeah. Oh. And so,
right.
So then LeeAnn, the rest of the joke is LeeAnn comes down and she's like, what's going on? It's like, hey, you want to see Baby Isla's new trick? She's like, what is it? And I was like, I don't want to spoil it for you. Watch. So I tell them that story, and they are fucking pissing themselves. They're like, that really happened? I go, fuck yeah. So then the next night, someone comes over, and they're like, and Isla just comes out like wide-eyed. How old were they when we first got the house?
Isla was 4. Georgia was 6.
Isla must have been 6 at the time when this is happening. And Isla just comes out. She goes, hey, you want to hear a joke? And we're like, what is it? And she goes, one time I put my finger in my butt and put it in the dog's mouth. No joke to it. Just like, huh? Isla is the king of taking the funny out of a joke and redoing it to you. So one time we're at Universal with all the girls, right? All Isla's friends. And they're all laughing, and Isla goes, hey, Dad, tell us a joke. I go, I can't tell a joke like that to you guys. And they're like, you can't tell one joke, Dad, you're a comedian. Tell one joke. I go, I can't tell a joke, but I can tell your fortune. And they're like, what? I go, I can predict your future. And they're like, how? I go, I can read palms. Everyone put their palms out. So everyone puts their palms out, and I go around and I read their palms. I go, you are going to have a big house. And they're like, whoa. I go all the way around the room, all the way to the girls. I get to Isla. And I go, oh, Isla. She's like, what? She's really bought into it. She's like, what? And I go, you're going to have lots of pets. And she goes, I am? I said, yeah, you're going to have a big farm. And on your farm, you're going to have a swimming pool. And I spit in her hand. And everyone laughed, right? So then a week later, it's Thanksgiving. And my dad's sitting outside. And I'm smoking a cigar with him. We're having a drink. And Isla comes out. She goes, Papa, you want me to read your future? He goes, sure, honey. What's that? She goes, let me see your hand. So he puts his hand out. And she just spits in it.
Straight to the punchline. Straight to the punchline.
He's like, what the fuck is wrong with your kid? And she's like, get it, Papa, get it? And she just missed the joke entirely. Oh.
But the punchline made a big impression.
Just spit in his hand.
Just spit in his hand. That's it.
Did you explain the whole thing to Dad or just go, some other time?
I was like, I can't trust that kid, Dad. You got to watch her. She spits in hands. Oh,
God, that's funny.
She is. They are together are a piece of work. Like, they share. Sometimes I feel like they share one brain. Like the two of them, and lately everyone's just been teaming up on me. Like, for all the jokes about me being misogynist, it is torture right now. I'm not called Dad. I'm called Fafitas.
Fafi.
They
call him
They
Fafi.
haven't called me Dad in forever.
What is Fafitas?
What were all my nicknames, LeeAnn?
Fafi.
Bertangulus boy.
Bertang. Bertrude.
Bertrude McFuzz.
What was it they called you the whole first grade class?
Birdie Gaga.
Birdie Gaga.
I haven't been called Dad in 10 years.
They call you Dad when they want something. Come on.
So what's going on with the nicknames?
I really think that they hate men. I think all the women in my family
I'll tell
hate
you
men.
what I think it is. I'm a big nickname giver.
Okay.
So I give everybody in our house has a nickname.
Got it. Makes sense. And so why are you getting ganged up on? What is the issue?
Oh, you know what the thing is now?
Perceived.
I one time I pointed out, I said, in this house, you don't ever want to hear anyone count down from 3. Because if you hear someone go 3, 2, someone's getting fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And so they thought that was funny. So now they just, like, Isla's big thing is she puts her finger in my belly button. And so I hate it. I don't like people putting their fingers in my belly button. And so Isla and Georgia will just start smiling, and I'll go, what? And they'll just start counting down 3, 2. I go, don't fucking do it.
Takes
Don't
out the
fucking-"
finger.
And they just take it. Isla was in the pool. She's been going in the pool just going, "Ba-num, ba-num," with her hand like this. "Ba-num, ba-num, ba-num, ba-num," and then goes, "Ba-da-da-da," and just stabs me in the belly button with my finger.
What's so funny? He's 250 pounds. He's going, stop it, Isla, stop it, don't do it, Isla, don't do it.
That needs to be on
I'm like,
Instagram, just so you know.
Grab her and say no in a
And
serious voice.
Georgia gets so, she goes, you know what Fafitas needs? And Isla will be like, I know what he needs. Boom. They are brutal to me.
I like the way the dad abuse involves a finger and a belly button, and that's as bad as
I hate it.
That's as bad as it gets.
Oh, it's so
bad.
they're-
It's perceived bad. It's not bad. It's all from love too. They're not mean-spirited kids.
They're not mean-spirited kids,
No,
but they
they
are.
just love you. That's how they-
Isla,
You understand the reason they do it because it is nothing.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have such a huge reaction to it, it's like that makes it compelling.
She almost
delicious, right?
Isla almost killed me on a wave runner 2 years ago.
It's not a matter.
Almost murdered me on a wave runner.
Yeah.
It's what's wrong with LeeAnn is this, like, there's never repercussions in life. Like, you only live once. Vroom, vroom. And so Isla, and she doesn't speak in sentences. She says, like, hey, Fafitas. Vroom, 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 vroom. Ooh la la. Monsieur, s'il vous plaît. Like, just like
She does.
the fucking weirdest kid.
She'll go.
Yeah. Hey, little.
May-
You're like, drive a wave runner, get a drink of water, then
Hey,
drive. Okay.
Fafitas. Da, 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 da. Like,
She does. Yeah.
She
We call it speaking Isla. It's been that way since she was born. You have to speak Isla.
That's so good.
Yeah, and so I would not get on a wave runner with her. She literally almost killed me on a wave runner. Like literally.
All right.
And so I said, I'm never getting on a wave runner with you. I don't trust you. I go, I can't get you to listen to me. And so the whole
But I don't know why you don't do this. Just grab the handlebars, and then she's no longer in control.
Because she starts going, let go of them, let go of them.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're the adult.
Yeah,
you can still
not in that
grab
situation.
the handlebars and go stop. And
She
you
got to a place-
outweigh her by 135, 40 pounds.
All she was saying to me, we were in a lake. We're in about, 45 feet of water. I don't have a life preserver on. And she does.
Yes, you did.
Whatever. Let me tell the story
You
my way.
did have a life preserver on.
And she's climbing on my back going, vroom, vroom, wimpo, vroom, vroom, wimpo.
She was calling him wimp.
She
Because
kept
he
saying
wouldn't-
wimp. And so finally I get on the wave runner with her. And the first thing she says is, hold on, big boy. And I'm like, no. And I start laughing so hard at this fucking lunatic who's like, every time I go, Isla, get away from the shore. She goes, I can't hear you. And I can't stop laughing. And I know that I'm going to die looking at Isla laughing, going, why did you fucking do that?
Like this. Instead of.
Do you remember when she used to do the song going, carry me.
Yeah, carry me.
Carry me. And she'd start taking off her clothes in the middle of the street, just getting out of her shoes, going, carry me. And you'd be like, Isla, you can't get naked in the middle of the street. So you had to lift her up and get her out of the street.
So what we're establishing is that the Bert Kreischer syndrome has a genetic basis to it.
Yes, it does.
That this can be transmitted intergenerationally.
Oh.
No matter how much the non-Bert Kreischer genetic parent tries to
Where
parent
did it come from? Where did that come from?
There's a weird.
It's not your dad. Your dad's the opposite.
I was weird, genuinely weird as a child. Like, literally.
Is it your mom? Well, is it your Isla?
Yeah, I think I'm actually closer to George. I think Isla is an unleashed LeeAnn.
Oh.
Had LeeAnn had love and support in her family, she would have been like Isla.
Oh.
I think he's right. Emotionally,
I see.
She's wired. She has no anxiety.
Right.
No.
Oh, that's a
Thrill
fucking
seeking
lie.
and stuff.
Well, for sleep. She has anxiety with sleep. She's scared to go to sleep at night. But other than that, Georgia has like panic attacks in the middle of the day for no reason.
Full Bert
Yeah.
Kreischer syndrome.
Yeah, like
George and I are very
heart-pounding.
wired similarly.
They're both very sensitive, very emotional. So it's interesting.
Yeah, Isla's just a fucking.
Well, you guys, I got to wrap this thing up. I really thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
And
us.
You're the greatest.
I hope that this is me paying it forward for all the shit I'm going to say about LeeAnn on my Netflix special.
Well, and I have some advice. Stay away from Tom.
That ship may have sailed.
Shit, yeah.
That ship has sailed.
I'm tethered to that
Or
fucking idiot.
well, you can be tethered, but at least don't do it on camera or mic.
No. He made me.
He. The problem is Tom waves the bait and Bert bites it every time.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
can see
problem.
that.
The problem is that there are very few people that make me laugh as hard as he does.
Yeah.
And when he makes me laugh, there's in this next episode coming up of Two Bears, One Cave, the first 4 minutes of the podcast are the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life.
Wow.
I couldn't stop laughing. He does that so much. Like he called me yesterday and we had friends over and 2 days ago, and I immediately go, I got to take this. And I just go in the man cave and I sit with him for 30 minutes just howling laughing.
About
I can't talk about it. I'll tell you.
Okay, it's on the pod though.
No, on the pod it's just he is like when he is not trying to be funny is when he's fucking hysterical. I fell in love with him when I shaved his tits for the first time. That was the
one
hardest.
that I saw like a version of that on Instagram. Was that the first time
I've ever laughed ever? And then when he shaved my beard on Rogan, there was a moment where I swear to God, spiritually we were connected for the rest of our lives. I laughed. We were looking in each other's eyes and we were laughing so hard. No man does that. You never look in another man's eyes and just laugh hysterically and can't stop laughing. That's so fucking rare to find in this world.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden had it, but like just.
So your second wife is Tom.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how we started Two Bears in One Cave. The whole concept of Two Bears in One Cave was that he said, what would life be like if you were gay? And I was like, I think about this all the time. And he was like, really? And I was like, definitely. I go, I would definitely date you so I could wear your clothes when I felt like eating like shit on Sunday. And I was like, and I'd get to the house and I'd knock on the door and I'd wrestle fuck you. And he was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, Two Bears, One Cave. I think that's how it started. It's something like that. My memory's bad.
It's creative, your memory.
I'm gonna wrap it up. Want to plug anything?
Body Shots World Tour tickets on sale for the fall, starting September 12th, ending November 23rd. I'm working every single week, San Francisco all the way to Cleveland, all across North America.
All right, for me, go to Dr.com. Check out This Life, the hashtag You Live Midday Live, AM 790 KBC show. That's up as a podcast. It's all there. Dr. Drew podcast, Adam and Drew. It's all around. So
Wife of the Party, LeeAnn, you gonna plug your show?
Yeah, come on.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Wife of the Party, it's LeeAnn's
I'm not
podcast.
good at
It's
that.
fantastic. Listen to the one she did with Push or Joey's wife are the two burners right now. Or what's the one you just did about triggers?
Yeah, I just
It's
did
really
one
great.
with my friend who's a therapist.
Oh, perfect.
About triggers.
Perfect.
It was a really good one.
And then I got to do your podcast.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to
When do we
schedule
do? Let's do a 4-way podcast where you and Susan come on and me and LeeAnn are there and we all kind of just fucking hang out.
We'll do. Let's
Yeah,
perfect.
let's do
I would
that.
love that.
Yeah.
All right, done and done. We'll see you next time.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.